This video will show how to add a new employee or update the employee information in the new Schedule Express application. As you can see, the Schedule Express now has a new employee management module. It's named as Manage Employee. You can see it here. This is where you can add a new employee, delete an employee, or update employee details. So if you hire any new employee and you want to add and invite them to create team you can invite them to create their Team Express account themselves. So to begin with, I will explain how to add an employee and update the employee. So to add an employee, click on the Manage Employee module, and you will see a screen which will list all the employees. You can see I do have some employees already entered here. So there are two ways to add an employee in this screen. One is you can see it here as add an employee. So if you click on this one, add employee, you will see a like employee form which has many different tabs. As you can see it here. You're not required to fill in all these details. The main thing is just basically first name and last name. So I can just go as a test employee. Over here, I've got employee ID as generated automatically, so that's why I'm not able to add an employee ID. But we do have the ability, if you want to enter a specific employee ID, which is specific, which means something to your company, then we can, we do support that function as well. So you can enter the employee ID. In this case, it's an automatically generated employee ID, and short name gets generated automatically as well. You can change it if you would like, but it does get generated automatically. And status is active, and pretty much that's about it. You have to fill out to save the employee entry. Of course, you can enter the contact details for the employee, for example, mobile phone number or the email address. You can enter this later on as well, so I'm just going to enter it later on, and then I'll show you how to update it as well. So these are the basic bare bones basically you have to enter to create an employee. So just click save, and you can see employee ID was added successfully. So it's so easy to add an employee here. And if you go back to the list here, you can see the new employee is added here. And so this is how you add an employee. So if you want to update an employee details, so to update an employee details, just select the employee that you want to update and click on update one employee. And then you can, whatever details that you want to update. In this case, I want to update the contact details. I just want to enter the email address. So I'm just going to enter the email address for this employee. And then just click save. And that is saved successfully. So if you want to add any more details, as you can see, there are different tabs, so like such as accounts, which like settings, which lets you choose what particular security group. You can refer to our separate video on the employee security groups for this one. So, but this is where you basically specify which security group the employee belongs to. And the accounts this is where you can send the invitation for employees to invite them to create the Team Express. There is, again, you can check our separate video about this, how to send an invitation and invite employees. Personal information, there are a whole lot of details here, like pay rates, qualifications. So you can add qualifications which are specific to your organization. So you can just enter the qualifications over here. So this is how you add and update an employee. This is the longer way. As I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of ways to add an employee. So another way to add an employee is from this screen itself. If you want to add multiple employees, for example, you hired like 5 or 10 different new employees, and you don't have to go one by one, go add an employee. So there is this function called quick add multiple. So I'm just going to click on that one and say, pretty much first name and last name, as you can see, these are the required fields. Email and mobile phone, you don't have to enter them, but if you want to send them the Team Xpress invite, then you would have to fill out either of these fields. But I'm not going to fill that right now. Again, I add another employee. So you can keep on adding like 2, 4, 10, 20, as many employees you want to, you have hired. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to add these 2 employees for now. And you can see it's a success. And you can see those employees appear here, Francis and Jessica. You can, with the updating of the employee, you can do the multiple update. So if I want to update information about particular employees, like say for example these 2, and I want to add email address, same email address to these employees. So I can just select these 2 and go update 2 employees. So, and then specify what fields that I want to update. So for example, I want to update the email. So I'm just going to select email and then specify what email address. And update 2 employees. As you can see, both of them have got the email addresses now. So you have many options what you want to update, basically. So you have like status, you can update their addresses, phone numbers, settings, like again, what security group they belong to. So if I want to put them in specific security group, then I have to mention which security group that they go to. Default one, in this case, I'm going to select. If you have more than one security groups, then you would choose what security groups these employee belong to, and then go update. And that is updated successfully, as you can see here. So this is how you can add an employee, update an employee. Pretty much that's very easy to do that. So there are 2 ways to add an employee and update an employee. Thank you.